Listen, man, do you ever take risks? You know, stupid risks. And when you think about it afterwards, you think, did I really do that? How could I be so foolish? How could I risk everything like that for nothing? And do me a favor, don't say, no, not me, I never do that. Because you know, and I know, that you'll be lying. We've all taken a few shortcuts before. Mostly we get away with it. But when you work in a mine, it only takes one mistake to leave a trail of disaster, pain, and sadness. That's exactly what happened here with Daniel Muthapi. Let me tell you his true story. Daniel was a crane operator, and a good one, here at this mine. He was a proud man. Proud of his home and his family. And they were proud of him. He worked hard, and he provided well for them.
Into eyangithatha kakhulu ngathathwa ubuqotho. Okunye ebengikuthanda kubangani bakhe ebekakhuthaza ngako kakhulu ukuthi baphathe amakhosikazi wabo kahle nabantwana.
Daniel had worked in mines for many years and had never made a mistake until he made the last mistake of his life. At the start of that week, the foreman asked Daniel and his team to be ready to extend the length of the boom of a 150-ton crane when they had some time to spare. The team left everything carefully laid out while they went off to work on another task, which might explain why they didn't complete the job of supporting the boom. Anyway, a couple of days later, the other job came to a halt. They were unable to do any more work on it, and so they decided to use time to get on with the crane boom. You have to admire them for not wanting to waste time. But unfortunately, they didn't check with their supervisor before returning to their unscheduled job. So what, you ask? What difference does that make? Well, the difference is this. If they had informed their supervisor, he would have done a risk assessment before they started, checking all the hazards involved in the task, which almost certainly would have saved Daniel's life. Of course, Daniel's team could have done a risk assessment themselves, but they didn't. Basically, they had to extend the length of the boom by replacing a short inset with a longer extension. Straightforward stuff. But as Daniel and his team find out, even the simplest task can bite you really badly when we are not fully prepared. While his teammates organized the extra supports they would need, Daniel decided to remove the pins holding the inset section in position. And for the life of me, I don't know why he chose to do the job standing inside the boom. Even if the boom had been properly supported, standing inside would have been dangerous. But for some reason, Daniel decided to stand there and remove the pins before supports were put in place. When you work in a mine and make mistakes like that, you are unlikely to get a second chance. And sadly, that was true for Daniel. Without a thought for his own safety, Daniel proceeded to knock out the pins, all the time standing right in the line of fire.
Sizwa ngesound yeboom yawa awunathi lapho sathuka ukuthi hawu lento le ngoba uthina sijwayele ukuthi masistrapha le crane so kusithatha isikhathi yabo
benami ngangacabanganga ukuthi ingozi ivela ngesikhathinyana esincane kanje yabo ngona khona ngifundise bona.
The second pin must have shot out much quicker than Daniel expected. The boom separated and collapsed instantly, crushing the life out of him. His teammates came running to help, but of course, they couldn't lift the heavy boom. It was too late to to save Daniel.
Control, we're looking for help.
My father was a kind man. He took us all our family to go. Now, but we can't go.
Why do we take risks like this? Why didn't Daniel and his team do a risk assessment? Why didn't Daniel support the boom before splitting it, putting himself so clearly in the line of fire? If Daniel were here now, he would probably be asking the same questions. And he wouldn't know the answers. But maybe he would say, guys, it's time to stop taking risks. It's time to die no more. We can't bring Daniel back. But we can give his family the peace of knowing that we have learned from his mistake. And the story of his death will help us all to live.
Oof. Sad indeed. Anyway, back to the question. This is the summary. The immediate causes of Daniel's death were as follows. 1. Proceeding with unauthorized work. 2. Failure to assess the risk of the situation. 3. Failing to comply with working practices. 4. Putting himself in the line of fire. In short, Daniel's death was caused by unsafe acts or at-risk behaviors. According to Frank E. Bird Jr., a true pioneer in occupational safety profession, says that 88% of all incidents are caused by unsafe acts or at-risk behaviors, 10% by unsafe conditions or at-risk conditions, and only 2% by providence or the acts of God. These statistics sound a clarion call for everyone to change their habit and control their attitude or behavior when it comes down to safety. In other words, 98% of all incidents are preventable. Only 2% of incidents are beyond our control. All videos in this channel are numbered to make it easy for you to follow. This one is number 16 in the series. Please like and share it with others. You can also follow Donald Mafumani on LinkedIn platform. Please help us grow this channel by hitting the subscribe star button below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.